where news comes first. This is ABC 7 Extra.
Welcome to ABC 7 Extra Sunday. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Ross. Texas's 89th legislative session ended on June 2nd, and during the session's 140 days, a total of 8,719 bills were filed during the regular session. 5,644 of them were in the House, other 3,075 in the Senate. Tonight, we're looking specifically at the legislation authored or co-authored by El Paso's delegation to Austin, and how many of those bills were wins, and which bills never got the chance to be passed. Joining me tonight in studio to talk about the session, State Senator Cesar Blanco, and joining us on Zoom, State Representative Mary Gonzalez, and my thanks to both of you for coming on the show tonight. Senator Blanco, let's start with you. How many of the bills were big wins for El Paso, in your opinion?
Well, the delegation has worked hard, and we've all passed significant legislation, but I think the greatest win for our community is the $146 million that's come out of our state budget for El Paso. Just a number of those items, we secured $65 million for the Fox Cancer Center. That's $130 million total to date. $7 million for the Wilder Aerial Tramway, which is the only tramway in the state of Texas. That gets us up to $27 million total. We also secured $50 million for a mental health facility to provide mental health care here in El Paso. $10 million for a proposed tech park downtown. We also received $20 million for El Paso mining school here at UTEP. So a lot of great wins, and we're really excited about what we were able to bring home.
And Representative Gonzalez, how many of the bills that you co-authored were wins this session?
I'm really proud, Mark, that we had a variety of bills that were really geared towards helping our community. Everything from addressing AI and our youth to school education bills, workforce bills. But obviously, as Vice Chair of the Appropriations Committee, number one bill I work on is the budget. So we spend most of my time. In fact, we calculated all the time spent on the budget, and it was hundreds of hours on the budget alone. And so really grateful to represent a beautiful part of our community in Eastern El Paso County.
I have a question for both of you here. Would you say that El Paso, being an all-Democratic delegation, puts us at a disadvantage when it comes to getting legislation passed that benefits El Paso? Ms. Gonzalez, let me start with you.
Definitely not. I'll speak for the House and let the Senator speak for the Senate. But in the House side, we have Representative Moody, who is a Speaker pro tem, meaning he's number 2 on the House floor. You have myself as Vice Chair of the Appropriations Committee, probably considered the most powerful committee in the legislature. So as far as El Paso representation goes, we've always had the reputation for the last few years of punching above our weight. I think what we do as a delegation is go in there and put politics aside or ideology aside and really work towards issues. The good thing about, I will say, the Texas House is it genuinely is a place where people who work hard, work on issues, and work with other members can get a lot of things done. And so I don't think we're at a disadvantage. In fact, I think El Paso has demonstrated key leadership on all of the issues impacting the legislature.
Senator Blanco, your perspective?
I completely agree with Representative Gonzalez. When you look at the Senate, the Lieutenant Governor has appointed me to the most powerful committees in the Senate, and I was able to pass 34 bills. When you pass 34 bills as a Democrat in a Republican majority Senate, it speaks volumes to the type of relationships that this delegation builds. We're here to focus on improving people's lives. We set the politics aside to ensure that our community is well represented, and we're bringing home resources for those that need it.
Was there one bill in particular that you authored to benefit El Paso that either didn't make it out of committee or died on the Senate floor or even died on the House floor?
The Heal Texans Act is a bill that would expand access to quality health care throughout the state of Texas, particularly in rural communities. It's very difficult to recruit physicians to rural communities. I represent extremely rural communities east of El Paso County, and that's one that didn't make it, but we're going to continue to work hard, and we want to make sure that we get quality access to care for all of our communities in the state of Texas.
Representative Gonzalez, did you have one of those bills that you were hoping would make it through and get signed by Governor Abbott, but just didn't get anywhere?
I'm really lucky that a lot of the bills that I was focused on this session did make it all the way through the process. I'll give a big one that was really important to me. Right now, we know that youth are targets for AI content that is sexually graphic. We banned content made of youth through AI, and so that to me was a big bill that. Some companies didn't want to pass, but really grateful it passed. One bill that we're going to continuously work on is a bill for the deaf-blind community that did pass the House and had problems in the Senate. But we are really grateful that we got a good chunk, a good percentage of our legislative agenda through. I think it was at the end 11 bills and 17 riders that were able to get through the full process. Everything from dealing with agricultural threats to thinking critically about our criminal justice system to thinking about technology and workforce development.
Still ahead, some key pieces of legislation from the legislative session that affect El Paso. Stay with us. You're watching ABC 7 Extra Sunday.